Good morning, everyone. We are on lesson 57 today in the Course in Miracles. It is another review. This is a review of lessons 31 to 35, and those lessons are as follows. I am not the victim of the world I see. I have invented the world I see. There is another way of looking at the world. I could see peace instead of this. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. Okay. Number one, I am not the victim of the world I see. How can I be the victim of a world that can be completely undone if I so choose? My chains are loosened. I can drop them by merely desiring to do so. The prison door is open. I can leave simply by walking out. Nothing holds me in this world. Only my wish to stay keeps me a prisoner. I would give up my insane wishes and walk into the sunlight at last. 2. I have invented the world I see. I made up the prison in which I see myself. All I need do is recognize this and I'm free. I've deluded myself into believing it is possible to imprison the Son of God. I was bitterly mistaken in this belief, which I no longer want. The Son of God must be free forever. He is as God created him, and not what I would make of him. He is where God would have him be, and not where I thought to hold him prisoner. 3. There is another way of looking at the world. Since the purpose of the world is not the one I ascribed to it, there must be another way of looking at it. I see everything upside down, and my thoughts are opposite of the truth. I see the world as a prison for God's Son. It must be, then, that the world is really a place where he can be set free. I would look upon the world as it is and see it as a place where the Son of God finds his freedom. 4. I could see peace instead of this. When I see the world as a place of freedom, I realize that it reflects the laws of God instead of the rules I made up for it to obey. I will understand that peace, not war, abides in it. And I will perceive that peace also abides in the hearts of all who share this place with me. 5. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. As I share the peace of the world with my brothers, I begin to understand that this peace comes from deep within me. The world I look upon has taken on the light of my forgiveness and shines forgiveness back at me. In this light, I begin to see what my illusions about myself kept hidden. I begin to understand the holiness of all living things, including myself, and their oneness with me. Today's lesson is just such a complete picture of what the Course is all about. We start out and we're in this box, we're in a prison, we are in a tiny little secluded, locked in place, and we cannot be free, and we are at the mercy of every fearful, nasty, rotten thing that we can conceive of. And suddenly we have the revelation that maybe if we made this up, then we can change it. So I can change the way that I look at it. And then all of a sudden, as I'm looking to change that because I'm beginning to choose peace, we realize that there really isn't any prison and that we have been looking at everything completely upside down. I made this prison and I can just simply let go of this idea and I'll be free. I don't have to work super hard. I just need to realize that I need to turn around. I need to look at this from almost the polar opposite vantage point, from love instead of fear. And so that is the other way of looking at the world. Oh, if I choose love, I'm going to be able to see that there is peace instead of fear. There is peace in this world if we allow ourselves to see it. And part of that reason is because we are a part of the mind of God. We are as holy as God is. How amazing is that? And so when you are feeling like you are all alone, when you are feeling like you are um, different from everyone else, when you are feeling like the world is out to get you, go through that process of, okay, I'm not the victim because I'm making this up. And wait a minute, I know that I'm looking at the world from the polar opposite view of the way that God would have intended it, because the real world is all about love. So I'm going to look at it from another way, and I'm going to choose peace. And then I'm going to remind myself, if I can't see that, that my mind is a part of God's. I am as holy as God is. And it would be an error to think that we were anything less. Okay, so let's see what Jesus said through Tina Spalding. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. These words make you feel wonderful. These words give you hope. They do not destroy you. They do not cause fear to pump through your mind and heart. They calm you. They bring you to a place of peace, evidence that the transformation of your physical body comes about by training your mind. This is not something taught in your society. You are taught that to train the body is a physical thing. It is not. It is your mind that gets you to take a walk, eat donuts, or do some sit-ups. It is your mind, always the mind. It is your mind, always the mind. So as you go through these review lessons, it is important for you to really contemplate this as part of those lessons. Anything and everything you encounter in your world today is influenced by your mind. Therefore, if you do not like what you see, if you do not want more of what you see, because judging does not help but strengthen it, then change your mind. If you look at war, fighting, or fractious relationships and do not want to experience these anymore, go inside your mind and ask, where am I warring? Where am I fractious? Where am I in battle? You will see it straight away. It is not necessary to go digging deep into the past or go rustling around in your subconscious. As soon as you ask, where am I fighting? Where am I warring? Where am I aggressive? You will see it. You will see it in how you judge your brother. You will see it in how you think about a politician. You will see it in how you hate your body. You will see it, dear ones. You will see it. It is not hard to find. You must remember the world is the result of many thoughts of fear and ruminations on unhappiness and suffering. It is not there that you change it. It is there that you witness it. It is there that you accept it and say, thank you for showing me what is hidden in my consciousness. I see it out there. I see the war. I see the financial fear. This is a big one for many of you, financial fear. You think it is caused by a system outside of you, but it is within you. When you address that fear by doing these lessons, by depending on something other than money, and by connecting to all that is, or Father God, or whatever you want to call it, you are guided by that. Then you are fearless. You are not on the battleground anymore. You are above the battleground and observing. Ah, look at all those people fighting. Ah, look at my mind wanting to attack. You have a new choice. That, dear ones, is freedom. When you truly see you don't have to do what you've always done. You don't have to think what you've always thought. You don't have to believe everything you've been taught to believe. Many of the things you've been taught to believe are incorrect. They cause you to fear, worry, and inflict things on you that are not good for you. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and we thank you for joining us in this review. We will see you again tomorrow. The world shows us a collective consciousness, and so when we see the wars, the fighting, the unrest, the the political arena that is just opposing views, um, we are looking at the collective fear-based thinking that the world has made. And the hard part is to understand that when I resonate with a little bit of fear and someone comes along and resonates with that same kind of fear, we join. And so when we're walking along, we join with others, and that creates a collective vibration. And that's where the world as a whole becomes this fearful place. And so the only way to heal the world is to create peace in the same manner by healing your thoughts of fear. By choosing peace every single time, we eventually delete and get rid of those fear thoughts. When we don't have those fear thoughts, we don't connect with those. I think about as we walk along or when we're driving in a car, what's in our reality are the things that we are drawn to. And so I've driven with my teenagers in those years when they were looking to avoid the police. And so I'd be driving along and they'd be like, cop. I'd be, what are you talking about? And they're like, cop over there. Um, or my husband would be able to spot a bird in the trees. I wouldn't see some of those things because that fear of the police was not in my reality, because I was obeying the law. I wasn't focused on the idea of animals or birds, and so I wasn't going to see them. If you are going out to buy a car and suddenly you see a red Volvo and you hadn't noticed them before, all of a sudden you go out and you see all the red Volvos that are around where you thought there were none ever before. And so that is the collective consciousness idea. So the more that we can join in peace, the more that we can choose peace for ourselves, the more we entrain with others who are filled with that same peace, the more we change the world that we are seeing collectively. Keep doing the lessons. Keep focusing on seeing the world another way. Keep focusing on becoming aware of when you are looking through the eyes of fear so that you can turn around and look and realize that you are part of the mind of God and you are incredibly holy. And so your birthright is peace and love and joy. Have a great Friday, everyone, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.